So I am a Jamaican living abroad, and to be specific, I'm living in the United States. When we come back to Jamaica, we see Jamaica in a completely different light than those who live there every single day. What I've come to find out is that there is something extremely special. There's something amazing about Jamaica. I can't find that anywhere else. Jamaica has the it factor. It's one of those things that it is so hard to describe. It comes with a feeling, really. It's a feeling. It's something you feel the moment you land in Jamaica and you step off that plane and you exit the airport. Immediately as you submerge yourself out into the island, there's a certain feeling that hits you. I call it the it factor because there's no word to describe how I feel in that moment. But any Jamaicans abroad, if you can relate to what I am saying, let me know. But Jamaica has this it factor that you just cannot find anywhere else. I have visited other countries. I've been to Mexico. I've been to the Grand Cayman. I've been to other islands. It's just, I don't know, that vibes that you get from Jamaica, you just will never find it. I can't find it nowhere else but in Jamaica. It is so special. It is almost, I don't know if it's a spiritual thing. Spiritual because it feels as though it heals you. It's very healing. Being in Jamaica is very healing. Sometimes you don't even realize that you need healing, but the moment you land in Jamaica, there's just this thing that kind of floods your body, and it's almost as if you're detoxing. You're detoxing when it comes to your emotions. It's a beautiful thing. And, all that really I have to do is just to embrace the feeling and just enjoy the rhythm of Jamaica. Jamaica comes with a rhythm, I tell you. When you immerse yourself among our people, nothing can take away that vibes and that warmth that you get from mingling back with your fellow Jamaicans, As a matter of fact, for me, I speak English one day and one day only. And usually by day 2, my patois kicks in. And as a matter of fact, it never left. It never left. As you can see, I'm speaking English, but still with a Jamaican accent. But that's because my patois never left. I love my patois so much. And I don't know why Jamaicans are so embarrassed when it comes to speaking their own dialect in their own country. But living abroad, I have gotten to appreciate who I am as a Jamaican, and which better way to show that by speaking my own dialect. Why I feel like I have the right to do so, because that's who I am. I am Jamaican. I've listened to other people from different nations when they are here in the United States of America. Everybody comes here with their own special language, and everybody speaks their language. You have the Italians, they are not afraid to speak their language. We have our Spanish folks, our Africans, who they are not afraid to speak their language. But when it comes to us Jamaicans, for some reason, we tend to hold back on our patois. And I think that's the reason behind that is because while we were growing up, we were taught that, we need to speak properly. And for people to take you seriously, then you need to present yourself in a certain way. But listen, I love my Jamaican dialect. I love my patois. So whenever I am out and about, me talk my patois and me talk it around me picnic them. Me still, oh yeah, We call my children picnics. Them are my picnics, you know what I mean? My children, even though they were born here in the United States of America, they understand patois very well, because while dad may speak fluent English, mommy love our patois. So I'm going to say that they love it. They actually learned it through through me, because I tend to yell at them. I tend to yell at them in patois, you know? So they must know it. They must know it, even though they may not speak it, but they must know it. They must understand. And they must can call out like a few words in patois. Yes, yes. So they are my little Jamaicans, you know. So yeah, I love my Jamaica, and when I'm there, the only thing is it takes about one day to detox from English, and bam, patois, here we come. So, and you know what? I struggle to speak English in Jamaica. I do. And I think it's because I'm not hearing it, but because everybody around me is into their patois. Because, you know, Jamaica carry a certain sound as well. The vibes is there, but also there's a sound that comes with Jamaica, you know. So when you're back there and you can hear the patois all around you, you're gonna start speaking the language, you know. Patois it is. And I love my patois. Please, Jamaicans, be proud of who you are and be proud of your dialect. Be proud. Where are we right now?
I have no idea. Look, guys, look at those rocks. They dig the rocks out and make the road. Beautiful.
When we come back to Jamaica, there are certain things that the locals take for granted that returning residents will never take for granted. As a matter of fact, we appreciate those things, you know? And it is very simple things. And I think what it is, our Jamaicans being submerged in the culture every single day. They're in the culture every single day. So there's these little things that they don't really stop to appreciate. And for us, being away from home for so long, when we get a chance to go back home, we appreciate these little things, you know, because it's reconnecting back with home and reconnecting back with your culture, and it's reconnecting back with your people. And a few of those things are, one, push carts. Push carts. We don't see push carts here. We don't see push carts in the state. So I love when I'm in Jamaica and I see people pushing their carts as a method of transportation to go around doing their business. Oh my God, what fascinated me the last time I was in Jamaica, I love to see how, I have a word for it, the jerk on wheels. I love to see the jerk on wheels. I call it jerk on wheels, okay? So you don't understand how fascinating that is when you return back home and you see these things. Okay, so I saw this guy, actually it's many of them. They're pushing their carts, you know, like into town to sell the jerk chicken or to sell the soup, whatever it is that they're cooking. It was so fascinating to see them actually, the way how they creatively built the drum on top of the cart. So while they're pushing their carts out into town, all the food is cooking and all the smoking is coming up and all the smell of the jerk is coming up, and they're actually pushing their grill on wheels into town while their food is cooking. To me, that is just so fascinating to see. I love seeing things like that when I come to Jamaica. So that is one of the things that really stood out to me. And I was like, whoa. As a matter of fact, I immediately got hungry and I ran over with my son, who, as I said, is an American, and we cook jerk chicken here, but let me tell you, the jerk chicken here is nothing compared to the jerk chicken back home. If you want real jerk chicken, you have to go home for it. So of course, we went over and we bought jerk chicken, and I gave him jerk chicken, and he's a picky eater, but once he tastes that jerk chicken, Lord have mercy, we had to order like another batch because it was so good. So these are the things that I love to see, with the igglers coming out into the streets, especially at night. Oh, Friday night, Saturday night, all the igglers coming out into the street, everybody selling their jerks, pork, their jerk chicken, cooking their soup, frying fish. Man, that is like a vibes that you cannot find nowhere else but Jamaica. Listen, I'm not lying. I will never find this vibes anywhere else but Jamaica. And the flavor of that food, you will never find it anywhere else but in Jamaica. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the food is so organic, it's natural, or if it's how the food is seasoned. It's Jamaican. It tastes so Jamaican. You cannot find it anywhere else but Jamaica. I'm visiting my family right now because we're having like a repast or the celebration for my grandfather tonight, and that's how it goes in Jamaica. Whenever anybody passes, they always have like a huge celebration. It's a huge party. It's like a block party. Everybody in the neighborhood is invited, and we cook, eat, and celebrate the life of the person who passed. So anyhow, since I deviate a little bit, let's move on. Another thing that our locals take for granted, but returning residents, we see these things and it just stands out to us. And as a matter of fact, this one is so funny. It is so funny to me. Dogs, animals, all over the street. You'll find the cows sometimes, you'll find the goats, you'll find the dogs. Dogs? They say that people go to town, but then I get to realize that not only people go to town, but dogs, they too go to town. I was in Mandeville, and there were people standing actually at the pedestrian crossing waiting to cross. But while you have these people waiting, so were the dogs. They were standing there waiting for their signal to cross as well. So these dogs are so clever. They know when to cross the street and when not to. And in the midst of people walking about, so are dogs. Okay? And because this is not something that you see every single day, I don't see that here, because you know how it is here in the States. When your animals are loose, they're going to call the pound to come and get them. So in Jamaica, everybody's free, animals and people alike. Okay? So it is kind of interesting to see animals so freely out and about in the street, in the town, and they just kind of walk in between. They just walk in between people, like around their feet and so forth. And our locals, they just kind of walk around them as if it's nothing. That to me is so fascinating, may I tell you. So can you imagine my children, who they are not accustomed to this? And of course, the reason why they're not accustomed to this is because I don't get the chance to take them back home as much as possible. But life happens, and we don't always get the chance to take them home as much as we want to. And so when they see these things, they're like, why is there a dog in the street? But that's just the culture. That's Jamaica. People are so free. Dogs are so free and nobody bothers you, So that is one fascinating thing that our locals take for granted, but we don't. We find it to be so humorous when we return home and we see these things. Another one. This one, oh Lord. Okay. Jamaicans are so creative. We are creative, man. We are hustlers, true hustlers. We'll go to the farthest length to sell our products. So again, out and about in Mandeville, right? Mandeville town, and we walked past somebody that was selling clothes. They had their clothes hung in the trees. T-shirts hung everywhere. They don't have the necessary means, I guess, to display their goods. So guess what? We use a tree. So we hang our t-shirt, we hang our shorts, we hang our pants, we hang our bathing suits in the trees, okay? And that, for me, actually, that is so fascinating to see. And again, here in the States, you don't see these things every day. Okay, so while you're caught up in your world here in the United States, you forget about home, you forget about the culture, you forget about the people. But when you go back home and you see this thing, you're like, wow, this is so cool. So here we go again. My sons actually, I have more than one, they're walking with me, and the first thing that they will ask is, Mom, why are the shirts hanging in the trees? But I have to break it down and explain it to them that, listen, Jamaicans, we're very creative people, okay? Very creative, and we will go to any length to conduct our business and to be able to sell our goods. Man, Jamaicans, we're one of a kind, okay? All right, so that's also another fascinating thing that actually stood out to me while I was in Jamaica. So, hey, now, this is my favorite one. Going to the market. Hallelujah. So going to the market. I love going to the market when I'm in Jamaica because the market is full of life. I know they say there's a lot of bad things happen in the market. I mean, people are trying to steal your stuff, but I never came across any of that while I was in Jamaica. You know, I walked through the market. Ooh, Lord! Another thing, while I was in the market, I saw this guy on him cat, you know, like weaving his way through the little tiny passageway, the tiny walkway. You know, everybody's using that one little tiny way. And the guy with his cart, he's using that too. So when he's passing by, everybody has to kind of squeeze themselves up into whatever corner they can find. And while this person pass, and you know, I don't know, man. As I said, our locals, our Jamaicans, the ones who live there every day, to them that's like an everyday thing. For me, a returning resident, it is so fascinating to me. I just love looking at things like that. So, and then the marketplace, it comes with a vibe. You know, you hear so many different things. There's so many different things going on, really. You'll have people, they will rap to sell their products, and you have the other person down the street singing to sell their product. It is so interesting. It's like a competition, but competition in their own unique way. And then you'll have somebody calling you over to come and buy some fish from me, no good lady. Come, no good lady, pretty lady, sweet lady, come now. Like, they know how to like butter you up for you to for you to actually purchase something from them. But of course you have to kind of know how to navigate your way around it, because when you go to the market, you only have but so much money, and there's only but so much things that you're going to buy. You can't support everybody, but you do try to buy one or two things from a few of the igglers. At least that for me, I tried to buy one or two things from our igglers because, listen, I love to support my people, okay? So yes, you buy a thing or you buy a tool. Oh yes. So yeah, in the marketplace, the vibes there is phenomenal. It's amazing. It's one of a kind. You don't find that anywhere else. Our Jamaicans, you are special, okay? You are special, and you are loved around the world. I'm not lying, guys. You're loved. It's just, I think it's your energy. I think it's coming from our Jamaican energy. You know, we carry a certain energy. We view things differently. Our dialect is interesting. There's just a thing about Jamaica, man, that makes us love around the world. And because, yeah, we're loved, okay? Love going to the market again because there's certain fruits that you don't see every day. As a matter of fact, I don't really see them here. I don't remember the last time I had a gooseberry. When I go to Jamaica and you're walking through the markets, you'll find people selling gooseberry depending on the season. That's why we have to eat as much as we can, because when we come back home, we're not going to find gooseberry. And if we do, it's rare. So when you go back home to Jamaica and you see like these exotic fruits, exotic to us because we don't see them every day, but it's in abundance for you guys back home. So when we're there, we take advantage of all the little things that we don't have access to here. So things like gooseberry, June plum, green orange. I didn't know green orange was a thing. Okay, green orange is a thing. They're selling you green orange in Jamaica. I left Jamaica when I was 14. I don't remember people selling green orange anywhere. But yeah, green orange is a thing and it's sweet. Why are you guys so ashamed of bag juice? You know how exciting that is? Do you know how exciting that is, like, to come to Jamaica and reconnect with your childhood? Because in my childhood, that's the only thing I could afford was bag juice, okay? Bag juice is always cheap. So that's the only thing I could afford as a child growing up in Jamaica, because my mother obviously never had the means to buy the expensive things, you know, the box juice and the sodas and all that kind of stuff. So she would, whenever she would give us some money for bag juice. Man, when I go to Jamaica and I get a taste of bag juice again, when I get a taste of bag juice, it's like heaven. It's like heaven. Guys, be proud, okay? Be proud of we're proud of your Jamaica, okay? Don't let nobody put any labels on things saying that you're drinking poor man's food or poor man's water or stuff like that. Listen, bag juice is king, okay? No, when I brought my son with me the last time I was in Jamaica and he tasted bag juice for the first time, I went and I bought like a whole bag of bag juice. I think they come with like 12 or 24. Lord, this stuff done in no time because the bag juice was so good. To him, that's his first time tasting bag juice and he was very excited about it. And so was I. Bag juice is so good. It's the bomb. Okay, now the beauty of Jamaica. Listen to me, our fellow Jamaicans who live in Jamaica every single day. Don't take your island for granted. Jamaica is so lovely. It is so beautiful. Jamaica is untouched. It's so organic. And that beauty is actually coming from nature. It's so lush and it's so green. Take care of your island, you know, clean it up, clean up the streets. Be proud of your country. And I know, as a matter of fact, Jamaicans, we are very proud of our country, and no matter where we go around the globe, we are proud to say, oh, I'm Jamaican, and we like to say it with like a little attitude. I'm Jamaican, you know. But listen, Jamaica is so beautiful, but if you live there every day, you don't see these things. So one thing that actually fascinates me was the hills, the mountains. I do not remember Jamaica being so beautiful. The last time I went home, it just kind of smacked me. Like, wake up, Raquel. Wake up. You're Jamaican. Look around. And Jamaica is so naturally lush and beautiful. It is definitely not polluted. And the air is so natural and crisp. I don't know if you understand what I am saying, but it almost feels untouched. And when I say untouched, it looks, when you look at Jamaica, you look at Jamaica from a perspective of how God made it. You know, it's so untouched and it's so natural and beautiful. As I said, I was looking at the mountains, and I was actually in Melrose Hill, because up in Melrose Hill, there's a lot of mountains that just kind of wrap around the island. And when you're in Melrose Hill, you can see a lot. So the mountain had so many different shades of green. You had the bright green, the yellowish green, the darker green. Oh my God, and when the sun hits the mountain, it is so spectacular. Do you know, here in this country, views like that cost money? I mean, views like that, people will pay an arm and a leg for views like that. $1 million views, okay? And the worst part, let me tell you, I couldn't believe that the ones who actually had these kind of views were those who were buried in the cemetery. If you go to Melrose Hill Cemetery and you look over at the beautiful mountain, that kind of view is, let me tell you, priceless. It's expensive, very, very expensive to have views like that. So Jamaica, know your worth, okay? And don't let anybody come into your country and try to outsmart you and try to give you little or nothing for what you are actually worth. Don't, just be fully aware of what you have, okay, as Jamaicans. Our land is precious, and value that, cherish it every single day, and continue to be proud to be a Jamaican. So yes, staring at the mountains, you guys may think I'm cuckoo or something, but I was just trying to take in the natural beauty of Jamaica. It's drop dead gorgeous. So Jamaica is drop dead gorgeous. And the thing is, it is not as developed as the West, but at the same time, in its own unique way, it is drop dead gorgeous. 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 Oh my God. I just want to come home. I just want to, come down hopefully this summer, man. I miss home. So yeah, I guess I've touched on everything I wanted to say about the beauty of Jamaica. I'm talking about the oceans. The oceans is so beautiful. The rivers, beautiful. I didn't know that Jamaica had so much water all around the island. Jamaica, uno bless. I'm talking about nobody will ever go thirsty, and nobody should ever be hungry, because when I look around and I see food everywhere, the mango trees, like food are just falling off the trees onto the dirt, and nobody cares for it. They just walk over it, and yet people will say they're hungry. No. Let's rethink things again. Our ground is so fertile, and you can plant anything and it will grow. Don't be afraid to farm, guys. Okay, don't be afraid to farm. I'm telling you, Jamaica is blessed. I feel like the hands of God is on Jamaica. It feels like the hands of God is on Jamaica. Oh, God kind of hover over Jamaica. Jamaica is blessed. The land is fertile. Okay? Anywhere you go that has this lush in nature, land, wood, and water, that's a blessing. Okay? So it's only for us to wake up and realize this blessing.
Come on, everyone get in.
Oh,
Come on, everyone
can I
get in.
say, it's actually I'm videotaping,
Yes, all right.
This is my family.
Yes.
Yes. the beauty of Jamaica. To me, the fresh air, the people, the food, the slower pace. I believe all of those things is what brings healing. It's all of those things that makes you detox. It detox you. It detox your energy. It detox your vibes. I don't know what it is. I can't find the word. For those who have been back to Jamaica, if you know what I mean, please type it in the comment section. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's experiencing this, but there's a certain healing that comes with being in Jamaica, and that is why you never have enough time there. Whenever it comes to the last few days being in Jamaica, all of a sudden you become so sad and depressed, and you just want to extend your stay. You don't want to come back here so quickly. And this country is a blessed country, let me tell you. America is a blessed country. But when you go to Jamaica, usually around the last day or so, I regret not being able to stay there longer. And you become so down and you can't wait for the next trip. So yeah, and I think it's because Jamaica heals me, and I did not know I needed healing. So I think maybe that's coming from the beauty from nature. It's coming from many different things: the fresh air, the people, the food, the slower pace, people seeing you for who you are. People will communicate with you. People are respectful, but not so respectful at the same time. You have to know how to hold your manners around people. Jamaica, you're one of a kind, and these are all the big and beautiful things that I wanted to speak about today, because Jamaica, let me tell you, once again, there is something special about you. There's something amazing about you. I'm not the only one that say these things. You will find foreigners, they will come into our country, and they will sense it as well. They will recognize these things. They'll say things like, what is it? There's something about this place. There's something about Jamaica. It is a good thing that they're talking about. It's a good thing, but they just don't have the word for it. It's the same thing for me. I don't have the word for it either. But there's just this thing about Jamaica, and I don't think it's because I'm Jamaican. It's just a vibe. Jamaica has a vibe that you will never find anywhere else. No matter, I don't care where you go, you just will never find it. You have to come to Jamaica to find that vibe. All right, guys, love my country. Stay true to your country, and I'm gonna come out with another video soon. Peace out. Bye. Now, I don't know how I can finish up all of these wonderful things I speak about my country and forget to ask you guys this. And because I need to ask this question, let me pull myself in closer. Please subscribe to my channel. If you actually can relate to what I say and you love content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, share it with somebody as well, and hit that notification bell. I know that was a mouthful, but what's mostly important here is to hit that subscribe button. Okay? Bye-bye. See you in the next video. I'm looking forward to putting out the next one.